Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to cook quinoa. To know more about quinoa, please check my last video. The links will be down below in the description box. Quinoa is so versatile that it can be used in many recipes. So what I usually do is I cook 1 cup of quinoa, and once it has cooled down, I store it in a glass container and refrigerate it so that I can use it as and when I like. And yes, it stays good for about 3 to 4 days or even longer if you store it in the freezer. Now the most important thing is soaking the quinoa. It would be ideal to soak for at least 5 minutes. After that, simply rub the grain with your fingers and then discard the water. Repeat it 2 to 3 times. And then I transfer it to a strainer and rinse it twice. Now these steps are really important. Why? Because the seeds are coated with a naturally occurring plant chemical known as saponin. And the soaking and rinsing will help to remove the saponin to a great extent. The saponins, if not removed, may make the quinoa very bitter and may also give stomach upsets for some. So do not skip this method even if the packet says it is pre-washed and soaked. Now once the quinoa is thoroughly rinsed, I like to keep it on a strainer for a few minutes for the water to drain off. Now when cooking quinoa, just keep in mind how you cook basmati rice. Then the whole process may be a lot more easier for you if you are cooking quinoa for the first time. Heat a saucepan or a kadai with 1 teaspoon coconut oil or ghee and then add in the strained quinoa. Give it a stir and reduce the heat to medium. I like to toast the quinoa for about 2 minutes or until you hear some popping sounds. But make sure you keep the flame on medium and also to stir it on and off so that while toasting it may not get stick to the pan and get burnt. We do not want that. And once you start hearing the popping sound, it means the quinoa is getting toasted and it is time to add in the water. Now usually quinoa is cooked with double the quantity of water, that is 1:2 ratio, but I like to add in a little less water to make the quinoa fluffy and non-sticky. So for 1 cup of quinoa I use 2 cups of water minus 2 tablespoons. That is, I just remove 2 tablespoons of water from the 2 cups of water I have measured. So now add in 2 cups minus 2 tablespoons of water into the toasted quinoa and then add in half teaspoon pink Himalayan salt and give it a stir. Once it starts to boil, put the flame on lowest and cook it for about 15 to 20 minutes. After 15 to 20 minutes, switch off the flame and keep the lid on for another 5 minutes so that it is steam cooked. Now after 5 minutes, open the lid and quinoa is ready. You can see that it has not stick to the bottom of the pan also. Quinoa is almost transparent once it is cooked and you can see tiny spirals, which is actually a germ separating from and curling around the seeds. Now at this stage I like to add in half teaspoon turmeric powder and 1/4 teaspoon pepper powder and then mix well and allow it to cool down completely so that I can store it in a container and keep it in the fridge. Now you can add in the turmeric and black pepper powder to the water when it is cooking. Either way is fine. So once the quinoa has cooled down completely, I am transferring to a glass container and cover it tightly. This will stay good in the fridge for about 3 to 4 days and longer in the freezer. So this is how I make non-sticky, fluffy and perfect quinoa each time. I'll be sharing more recipes with quinoa soon, so keep watching. So until next time, take care. Bye-bye.